This is Morten from Inkish. Today I have the pleasure of being here at Screen's booth. And of course we're going to talk about a lot of technology, all the printing devices that you know of. And I hope you also know a little bit about all the fantastic workflows, software and technologies they have. At least I'm going to talk to Sasha. So Sasha, good to see you.
You too.
I guess that when we talk about software, you of course think that software is way more important than hardware, right?
I would say that, of course, especially our solutions, workflow solutions. Without those, our printer cannot print.
Yeah.
But it's, let's say, something that goes together.
Yeah.
So you cannot have one without the other.
Yeah. One of the things I like about your booth, because you just showed us when we came here, that you have like basic stations here where you say book and commercial print, pharmaceutical, transactional. You also behind us have a little fun booth where you have personalized live data coming into the stream, right? I mean, when you do all these things, is this some of the things where you often think that customers need a little bit more guidance rather than just on the printing devices?
Yeah, we actually have this approach maybe for the first time to be focused on the special application. We figured out that customers, when they are coming, they are interested in specific part of the printing industry. So we just want to be from the, let's say, very first second discussing what is their point of interest. And now we have this, let's say, sections when we can immediately, let's say, invite our customers to talk about specific application in, let's say, book and commercial or pharmaceutical or let's say transactional printing production.
Your product is called Equios. Is that something that is delivered along with a machine, or is that something that you buy on the side?
Yes, we have with every printing system that we build, we have Equios as our main software that drives those printing lines or printing systems. So it is the software that was developed over the years, and it has various, let's say, versions depending on the application and the printer that it is, let's say, supporting.
You have, in this example here, you have chosen to have different types of products, and then you have the Equios and some of the, let's say, other software that you integrate with. Then you have examples of presses and finishing equipment. Does that mean that Equios takes care of also the binding side when you have like an inline or nearline or offline solution? Or
yes, exactly. This is what we defined and specify in the software itself, in the workflow. So depending on the finishing, depending on the product, this is how we set it up. Many times it can be set up in both ways. So there are lines that can be easily, let's say, changed from inline to offline. So then we need to provide both working styles or workflows.
some of the, let's say, to start with a flyer, I think that for people that work in cut sheet, a flyer is a simple product. But it is not as simple when we talk about a roll-based printing system, right?
Not, and also we're talking about a very high volume. So it's not only that we are having this continuous feed production, but also customers that will print hundreds, maybe even thousands of different products in a day. So it's not only that we need a high-speed printer to produce that, we need a workflow that can handle all this data and organize them accordingly.
Is the ripping also taking place in Equios?
Yes, exactly. So we have a very powerful ripping system. Many of these data are variable content, needs a lot of processing power to handle all this on very high resolution and high speed.
Yeah, because I mean, when you look at, for example, I found 2 bucks in your machine. Sorry, I couldn't let it be. There's 2 bucks here, right?
Yeah, well, but this one is really
on purpose,
really
right?
looks nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at something like this, I know I'm going to talk to your colleague Rob about the machines and the application, but I mean, looking at the output from these machines, I mean, I can easily imagine how much processing power and software it requires to make this fast enough, right?
Yeah, and it's not only, let's say, processing, it's also the ink itself. It's the resolution of the printing process, the drying system. When we think of the workflow, we cannot just concentrate on the software itself and the ripping and the data processing, but also we need to take care of all other aspects. So maybe these days this is more challenging than ever. As looking to these solutions, we now call them workflow solutions, involves other, let's say, parts, not only the software, but the complete printing system, front end, and also what happens after the finishing.
I was thinking that when you look at screen and the hardware side, when you delivered the first solutions, a world that did require pre-prime paper, and you could print on a lot of different substrates. I guess that when you own the workflow and let's say the data solutions in front of it, managing both the color management but also the ink management, gives you a lot of advantages because you don't have to take so much care of other systems. You can just do what is right for screen printers, right?
Yeah, yes and no. So still we have a lot of things to take care of.
Like because I mean, basically, you say you have a lot of things to take care of this because you also need to integrate to the outside world, or
yes, exactly. So there are many also processes that happens before data comes to our printer,
and
also
not always you can control that, right?
Yeah. But we need to be aware, and we many times we consult and. Let's say together with our customers and our partners, we need to communicate and find the best way how to connect.
Again, on the table here we see some saddle stitch products, some flat products, and then I took this one from the station behind us because this is about pharmaceutical products, and I mean, again, it's amazing because it's a thin paper production. It looks really crazy nice, and I'm just wondering, from a workflow perspective, is there anything particular that you have to take into considerations when you handle data for this one?
Well, this specific product that now you're looking at can be one of the most demanding in the industry at this moment, as it involves the very sophisticated MIS systems that needs to be used for organizing all the production. Then the customer use it to take care of the stocks and very specific orders. They do all the calculations in there. And then from this software, they're placing orders to our printing system. And this is completely automated. It also communicates with the impositioning software that creates all this imposition and step and repeats. Then delivers the product data to our printer that needs to print that. Send this to the finishing line, and many times following very strict specification of that printing industry, dictated by pharmaceutical industry.
We, on behalf of Screen, we made a film from August Fahler just a few weeks ago, and it was like funny to see because everything you talk about here is something where you really see that it's a zero error culture, basically, right?
Yeah, this is exactly that. So August Fahler is a typical, let's say, customer of ours that serves the pharmaceutical industry, and there were many challenges, and they still are. Yeah. So, but so far we managed to answer all their requests, and
I know because they told me they were very happy. So
yeah,
no question about
hear.
that. Yeah. So. At a show like Innovationdays, the type of people that comes to a show like this, are they interested in both parts, or are most people more interested in the machines?
Yeah, I would say that mostly machines.
Mostly machines.
And everybody expects that workflow is part of it, and it's working.
Yeah.
So, of course, there are many questions that we get from different visitors and customers. So we are here to answer those questions.
So 4 days ahead of us, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Sasha?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.